Pregnancy discrimination is a form of gender discrimination, and it gets its own designation because it's so pervasive in the workplace. Unfortunately, pregnant women are targeted at a rate that far exceeds in ratio to any other form of employee. Oftentimes, what's happening is that an employer is telling their employee, you might have been great, but now that you're pregnant, we think that your ability to continue to do your job at the high level that you once were, it's not gonna be there. And really, the only difference between the way they felt about this person before and after is the fact that employee let them know that she's in one of the most joyous parts of her life. And that really gets to the heart of how damaging pregnancy discrimination can really be, because we've had clients who have told us that they're in the waiting room or the delivery room or the post-delivery room, and they're holding their child, and all they can think about in that moment, which is, again, supposed to be one of the most joyous of their life, all they can think about is the fact that how are they gonna be able to provide for their child? How are they gonna be able to pay for diapers, formula, all the things that they wanna give their kid now that they're no longer employed? The other aspect of it that oftentimes isn't said is that almost everybody's insurance comes through their employer. So think about it from that perspective, right? You have this employee who is working for not only their pay, but for their medical insurance. And now all of a sudden, they lose everything. They lose their wages, they lose their insurance, and then everything else stacks up, right? Like their rent, their ability to eat well, to go to their doctor's visits, and you're dealing with just a compounding set of problems. While it's true that a lot of times people are quickly shown the door in pregnancy discrimination cases, the other ways that pregnancy discrimination really shows its ugly head is you'll hear really innocuous but hurtful comments about someone's size, about whether they're going to be able to continue working at their same pace and achieving the same goals now that they have a child. They're going to be supervisors who tell their employee that all the different ways that the future child is going to be a drain on their energy and their time. One of the other things that we see oftentimes in pregnancy discrimination cases is there are many employers who wait until after the maternity leave so they can use that to their advantage and say, oh, but we gave the employee the maternity leave. And it just so happened that coincided with their restructuring of our corporate practice. And so much was happening while you were out that we needed to fill your position with somebody else. And it just so happens that we found this great candidate, and she or he is doing such a great job in that role now that we would hate to disrupt that. So again, these are all things that you really can look for. If you watch one of these videos and you feel like this is me, this is my workplace, I'm going through exactly what these attorneys are describing, then you absolutely need to call Experienced Employment Counsel. I know that the workplace for many people can be a very lonely place to be, especially as discrimination is affecting their relationships with other people. We will help you figure out whether this is in fact you, whether you in fact have a claim, and whether you in fact need to do something about it.